Hi, and welcome to another video. As I promised to you all, I'll be doing a final review of the Xbox One S. So let's get started. What I have experienced in the last 2 weeks, here are my thoughts. The Xbox One is very quiet compared to my old Xbox One. Makes less noise. Even when I play games, it's still quiet. Compared to my old Xbox One, when I switch from a game to another game, my Xbox would make a very loud fan noise. So far, the Xbox One S has none of the issues that I had with Xbox One, the old one. As you may know, that the brick is built inside the Xbox One S, and so far I had no issue with overheating. The temperature stays the same as you turn the console on, and it will stay the same for many more hours. And also the temperature is very cool. So that's about the Xbox One inside. I want to talk about the 4K games plus the HDR. I have tested 4K plus HDR with some movies. So far I can't test any games with HDR, as there are not any. They may yet to be released. There are some bugs with Netflix app, but it works well with the Blu-ray movies. Yes, there is a big difference with 4K plus HDR. So that was a nice experience for me. Moving on to 1080p, difference to 4K when playing games or switching from 1080p to 4K. Is there any difference? Well, with 4K, games will be upscaled to 4K. So everything looks much cleaner, sharper, smoother. The games look much crispier, but it's not the real 4K. You know, these games don't support 4K, and this console will never be able to play full 4K games. That's not what it's for designed. Some games run better on the Xbox One S with better frame rate. Let me see which. I think it was Black Ops 3 for me that I noticed the difference. Halo 5 runs much smoother. Forza 6. I think Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, those games, I felt immediately that this, you know, plays slightly better than the old Xbox One. Did I notice any difference playing games on 1080p and 4K? Well, the difference is not big. The games will be upscaled to 4K. It will look much cleaner, much sharper. The colors look great, but yeah, if some of you have played 4K games on PC, you know, that's a whole different experience than this one. That on PC, that's the real 4K. Or even when you watch movies in 4K, you will see the difference compared to upscale 4K games. So moving on, I got the Xbox One S 2TB, the launch edition, and if I am correct, this was a limited edition. So when the console is sold out, I think it is sold out in many places. They won't sell it anymore. That's what I've heard. But that may be a marketing trick. That may be a PR talk to get the hype. I do believe they will release after the Xbox One S 500 gig and 1 terabyte is released. I believe they will release the 2 terabyte. Why would you stop selling it when it's doing great? So that for me is a marketing trick. So people who are looking to get a 2 terabyte, don't worry. I am pretty sure they will release those consoles. So let's move on to the controller of Xbox One S. Well, what I have noticed so far of the Xbox One controller is that the guide button is a bit smaller than the original Xbox One controller. So I don't know if it's my controller or it's for everyone, it's general, but the guide button for me doesn't do always the job when I want to use the friend list. So when I double tap, most of the time takes me back to the Xbox One dashboard. When I double tap, it should take me to my friend list. You know, that left screen that should pop out. So most of the time it doesn't work. I don't know what it is. Other than that, the controller pretty much feels the same as Xbox One. They added some grips at the controller, but that's it. You know, overall the controller for me for Xbox One is the best controller built ever. You know, it's built like for pro gamers. It's exactly the same as everyone wanted. You know, a better version of the Xbox 360 controller. So they did a great job with that. Let's move on to the Xbox One, the design. Compared to the old Xbox One, it's very small compared to the original one. Some may prefer the black color. There are a lot of people that's still holding back to wait and hope that Microsoft will release the black color. Well, the white color for me is not bad. That's the same color as the Xbox 360 when it came out. So I think that's what Microsoft thought. They thought, you know, let's just make a white Xbox One. And I believe that there will be an Xbox One S in black. I think when we hit when we hit September, October, when the big games comes out, I think there will be some bundles coming out with different colors. You know, they will start off with Gears of War 4, $450 I think. 2 terabyte, you will get Gears of War 4 and a limited edition controller. So that's the other bundle. I want to talk about the 2 terabyte hard drive. Some people didn't really understand what I was trying to say with these different bundles that may come out in the next 2 weeks. My point was that if you are a digital gamer, go for the 2 terabyte. But if you are more of a disc man, go for the 500. I believe there are many cheap external hard drives that you can get, and you will also benefit from the games that you own on disk. So you can easily remove a game from your hard drive and you still have a copy of it, so you can easily install it and play it. While for someone else who's a digital man gamer and he buys the 500 gig bundle, so he will have to download all those games and remove them to be able to play other games. So it will. I know some people in the United States, they can't always download the games, or it will take more time to download games. For us here in Europe, it's no big deal. I can download. For example, I downloaded last night Halo Master Chief Collection, which is something like 83 gigs or something. It took me an hour, I think, or less. I got fiber connection, so for me that's not a big deal. It's not a big problem, but for some other people, it is. When time goes on, that the games will get bigger and bigger. Forza, Gears of War. Expect Battlefield to be around 60, 50 gigs, and later on to count the DLCs. You will definitely hit 80 gig, I think. So yeah, that's my point of view about the bundle editions, which one you should get. So if you're a digital man, get the 2 terabyte. But still, I think that buying an external hard drive, it's much cheaper. So some may prefer the hard drive that comes out with Xbox One S, and some prefer to use an external hard drive. Maybe you already have an external hard drive, so then my advice will be to get the 500 gig. That's $300. That's very cheap especially for a 4K Ultra HD media player. I mean, if you take a look at the market, the media players for 4K are not cheap. So that's a good deal. That's what I think. So that was my opinion about the bundles. So the bundles will come out on August 23rd in some of the countries, like United States, Australia, New Zealand. I think in Europe, if I am not wrong, will come out in October, but I could be wrong, but I don't know. So that's the release date. So yeah, this video is about the final review. My thoughts about the Xbox One is it's positive. I think this should have been the main console back in 2013, but Microsoft released it so they can compete with Sony's console, which comes out later this year. I think that's what it's meant for. Some people get it. Some people, they say, I don't understand why release a console this year and another one next year. Well, I think it's a good thing that they did it. If you look at the games that you can play next year on both consoles, so it's not like that you will be left behind. Everyone will be able to play the same game on Xbox One S and on Scorpio, but the only difference will be the resolution. So on Scorpio you'll be able to, I think some games will support 4K, so you may be able to play 4K games next year on Scorpio, and a less, maybe 1080p, something like that, or maybe less. The Xbox One is not that powerful, so yeah, that's the difference. And I think that the console is very cheap, 300. You get many options, 300, 350 and 400. So that's that. Other opinions about the console. Well, as an Xbox One owner of the original one, I'm very happy with this one. My advice to anyone else will be, if you have a 4K TV, go for it. If you don't, then you don't need it. Just take away what you got now. There's no, I don't think that you need the Xbox One S when you got the original Xbox One. But if you own a 4K TV, you know, why not? You can always do that and trade it and or whatever, sell it, the old one, and get the new one. That was my final review of the Xbox One S 2TB. Let me know what you think of the Xbox One S. Did you get it, or are you still waiting for the other editions to come out, 500 gig or the 1TB? Post your comments down below if you have any other questions. Hit the like button, it will help me out a lot. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.